This is the Horse Radio Network. This is episode 476 of the Stable Scoop Radio Show. Please support our sponsors as they make this show possible. Our sponsors this week are HorseLovers.com and you, our auditors. Well, it's Equestrians Have Talent Round 3. Kristen from Horse Nation joins me to bring you the third and final round of entries, and then you can vote on the winners over the next week. Plus, we announced the winners from the 2 last weeks, and we have the HorseLovers.com product review, and it's the Weaver Leather Airflex Roper Smart Cinch. Well, welcome back, everybody, to the Stable Scoop Radio Show. I am Glenn the Geek, your host of this little podcast that we've been doing for 9 years. I want to apologize for being late this week. We were supposed to be out on Thursday, but because of Irma, the last 2 weeks, we've just had everything messed up here at the studio. Matter of fact, we lost power for about 6 days. We didn't have internet for 9 days. I was working out of a listener's house, the very kind Mo, down in Boynton Beach and Boca Raton. It was down that way, working out of there. We are back home now, and hopefully we can get the studio set back up and everything up and running. We're only about half up and running at this point. We have a very complicated setup here for a podcaster. And I wanted to thank all of our listeners for being so patient, our sponsors for being so patient with us over the last 2 weeks, and especially all of our hosts, all 32 of them. It was the first time in 9 years, 6,300 episodes, that we ever missed an episode. I was so proud of that record. I would announce that at every show I did, every speaking engagement I had at podcast conferences. I just announce it everywhere, and I can't do that anymore. Although maybe with Irma, we can make an exception, and I can still say that, with the exception of Irma. Well, we are today bringing you week 3 and the final week of entries for Equestrians Have Talent. And I also have the honor of announcing the winners from week 1 and 2. And of course, these were voted on by you at equestrianshavetalent.com, which is where you can vote for week 3 as well. So the winners from week 1 and 2 are as follows. Week 1's winner was Abby Badertha. So congratulations to Abby for winning week 1. Week 2 was Allison Elfrink. Congratulations to Allison for winning week 2. Now we're on to week 3, and you get to pick another winner. And we have some tremendous entries here for you. Kristen from Horse Nation is joining me with that, and we're going to get to those entries right after this word from one of our terrific auditors.
Hi, Fiona Crawford here, and I'm an official Horse Radio Network auditor. I'm a horse photographer based in the UK, and when I'm editing my images, I listen to the vast selection of great programmes provided by the Horse Radio Network. Both informative and really entertaining, I think it's worth a few dollars or pounds of anyone's money. Just go to horseradionetwork.com and click on the banner, and for as little as $1 a month, you too can become an official Horse Radio Network auditor.
And now, we bring you Equestrians Have Talent with your hosts, Glenn and Kristen.
That's right. I am Glenn the Geek from the Horse Radio Network, host of the Stable Scoop Show, and we have Kristen with us, who is with Horse Nation. Hi, Kristen.
Hi, Glenn. How's it going?
Good. Now, we've had 2 winners. You heard at the beginning of the episodes who the winners were for the previous weeks. Thanks, everybody, for voting. This is week 3 and the final week of our contestants for Equestrians Have Talent. And we have some good ones for you here again today. If you would like to vote for today's winners, and we'll be getting all 3 back on next week's show, hopefully with another talent or another song or whatever you voted for. We'll get them back, and we'll have a finale with the top 3, and you can vote on the winner of that as well. And they get the honor of, we have a trophy. We have a microphone trophy with an actual microphone from the studio here at Horse Radio Network. And we're going to send them a little banner they can put on their Facebook page that says, "I am the winner." So we'll do that too. You have to design that, by the way. I didn't do that yet. So we're going to do that, and they have bragging rights for an entire year. Till next
year.
A whole year.
And it's been tough so far, so they've definitely earned it.
Yes, they have.
Are the winner.
Yeah, there's some really good ones here. All right, so we haven't gonged anybody yet. So. All right, Carly is back. She actually sent in 2 entries. See, I never said you couldn't send 2. So Carly was smart enough to send 2. I did say they had to be different, though. If you remember, in week 1, Carly had the animal noises while driving her hot car. Well, this is her doing something a little bit different. I think you're going to be shocked after hearing her animal noises, what she has for us today.
Is she still in the car?
I don't think so.
Okay.
So I am in my car.
Oh, she's in her car.
I am driving. And when I drive,
Wow, you can really hear it today.
Toots as normal people. My car is kind of loud, so I don't know how this is going to turn out. And I won't be doing it with my music on, so this is going to be really awkward. Okay. I was strolling out one evening by the silvery moon. I could hear somebody singing a familiar tune. So I stopped a while to listen. Not a word I wanted to miss. It was just somebody serenading, something like this. Mandy, there's a minister handy, and it sure would be dandy if we let her make a fee. So don't you linger. Here's a ring for your finger. Isn't it a humdinger? Come along and let the wedding chimes bring happy times for Mandy and me. Okay, that's Mandy.
That's so good. Wow.
That's not the voice I was expecting to hear, especially after the animal noises.
No, I wouldn't.
Good
Yeah,
job,
exactly.
Carly.
Exactly. And the rumble of the hot car kind of fit. Just was perfect. Although
works.
you really expect rap coming out of the rumble of a hot car, not Mandy. All right, so let's do the next one. Is an old friend of ours. Her name is Darcy, and she got to help an assistance of her dog Bentley.
Oh, I love you. Oh, I love you.
That was it. Short and sweet.
Oh my God, I would do that every day just to, remind myself.
to know that at least somebody loves you.
Someone loves me.
That's
Bentley,
like asking
what a
your
hero.
wife, "Are you sure you love me?"
I want to know all about Bentley. Maybe she can tell us in the auditor room.
All right, let's do the next one. Thank you, Darcy. Vicki Arnold sent this one in, and it is Swing Low While Riding.
Hi, Horse World. This is Vicki Arnold, and here is one of my favorite songs to sing
And
while I
she's
ride.
right. She's
Swing
riding.
low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Well, I looked over yonder and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me. Coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Shh. Oh. That's it, Horse World. From Oklahoma, it's Vicki Arnold, riding in the mud.
God, she was doing that at a trot.
Yeah, like, let's talk about the real talent here. Like, and not only is she trotting, but she's singing like a slow song that requires a lot of like breath. Like, that was crazy. I can't even talk. Like, I'm like, while I'm trotting. Jeez, Vicky. Way to go.
She just did that to show us all up.
I'm feeling winded just thinking about it.
I know. I was thinking, how long is she get a song going to go? My legs are hurting. Vicky, that was great.
Oh,
That's going to be listed as Vicky, swing low while riding. All right. Jacqueline sent the next one in.
Hi, Glenn. This is Jacqueline from Maryland. My special talent is I like to sing Disney songs, and I typically like to sing them when I am cleaning stalls and or hacking. So I'm going to sing Part of Your World from The Little Mermaid. So here it goes. Look at this stuff. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think my collection's complete? Wouldn't you think I'm the girl who has everything? Look at this trove, treasures untold. How many wonders can one tavern hold? Looking around here you think, sure, she's got everything. I've got gadgets and gizmos aplenty. I've got woozits and what's it galore. You want thingamabobs? I've got 20. But who cares? No big deal. I want more. I want to be where the people are. I want to see 'em dancing, walking around on those, what do you call 'em? Oh, feet. Flipping your fins, you don't get too far. Legs are required for jumping, dancing, strolling along down the, what's that word again? Oh, street. Up where they walk, up where they run, up where they stay all day in the sun. Wandering free, wish I could be part of that world. What I would give if I could live out of these waters. What I would pay to spend a day warm on the sand. Fed you on land, they understand, and they don't reprimand their daughters. Bright young women, sick of swimming, ready to stand. I'm ready to know what the people know. Ask 'em my questions and get some answers. What's a fire and why does it? What's the word? Burn. When's it my turn? Wouldn't I love to explore the shore above? Out of the sea, wish I could be part of that world. Out of the sea, wish I could be part of your world.
Wow.
That was powerful.
Oh, wow.
Jacqueline from Maryland. Well done.
It's
I can
so-
only imagine all her horses, like in Snow White, are like, sing us more Disney songs.
Yeah, exactly.
Come out of their stalls. Charms the birds out of the haylofts.
That was beautiful. Wow. God, this last 3 weeks has made me realize I got no talent at all.
Yeah, you and I
Nothing.
better stick to the hosting of
Yes.
talent shows, Glenn.
Yes. That was well done, Jacqueline. We're going to list Jacqueline, Part of Your World. Very pretty. And so hard to do a cappella, too. All right. Kathy sent this one in, and it's a poem about me. Is it wonderful?
Hey, Glenn, this is A.K. Moss, and I want to say good morning to the horse world. Say, I just thought I'd go ahead and toss in a poem here. When you invited me to do this, I decided I would call your mom and get a childhood story that I might be able to incorporate into a poem. Now, I hope people know that when you are a poet, you have a tendency to exaggerate a little bit. This is how this goes. It's called Hi, Babe. When Glenn was a lad, A cowboy was his dream. He had watched all the movies, and so it would seem he had a cowboy hat, a badge, and a trike for his horse. These were all his necessities for his dream, of course. Now his ma had prided herself in his cute cowboy ways, how he would take his hat and trike. On warm, sunny days, he'd play for hours in the yard, all fenced in. His ma, for safety, would check on him every now and then. Now they lived next to a college, and students walked by. He was polite to the girls, and Glenn always said hi. But one warm afternoon, Glenn was playing in the yard. He must have been too hot, or played a little too hard, for his ma heard giggles as the girls walked by. She went to the front yard to figure out why they would laugh at her boy and his cute cowboy ways. But what she saw made her stop, staring in a daze. For cowboy boots and cowboy hat was all Glenn had on. All his clothes were left piled in a heap on the lawn. He would stop his trotting trike, raise his hand high. "Hi, babe," he'd say, as the girls giggled by. Now Ma, with embarrassment, she grabbed all his clothes. She grabbed Glenn by the arm, and she wiped his runny nose. She said, patient, "You have to wear all your cowboy gear if you want to play outside and run around out here." Well, Glenn said with a whimper, his voice shrill and loud, "Dang it, Papa, he did it in the house, and he seemed to be real proud." Well, that's a story I have for you, Glenn. I hope you have a great day. Take care. God bless, and we'll talk at you soon.
And this was just last week, right?
Oh, the end caught me off guard.
Not just the writing, but the performance as well.
It was very well done,
superb.
Kathy. I want to know how she was watching me. That's what...
Oh, dear.
Oh, I have nothing else to say about that one. I am moving on. Mary,
We'll let that one stand on its own.
Yeah, we'll list that as Kathy, a poem about Glenn. Or whatever Kristen decides to put in there. I'm afraid to look.
Yeah, it'll be a surprise.
Poem about Glenn. He's so proud. All right. Mary sent the following one in. I don't even know what she's doing, actually. So here we go.
Hi, Glenn and Jamie and Jennifer. This is Mary Calkins, and I'm entering my song into Equestrians Got Talent. So here it goes. Jamie, I'm going to give you a run for your money. Oh, and this song I taught to my horse camp kids the past few summers. I'm the song leader, classroom teacher, and art teacher, and so we sing this song a lot. So here it goes. It's called Harriet. All the cowhands wanna marry Harriet, 'cause Harriet's handy with a lariat. But she don't wanna marry it. She's having too much fun. With a lasso she can throw a buffalo, any old bronco in the rodeo. She can round up any Romeo without a rope or gun on her veranda. What a line they hand her. She keeps the wolves away, shouting yippee-ki-oh-ki-yay. Oh, all the cowhands wanna marry Harriet, 'cause Harriet's handy with a lariat. But she don't wanna marry it. She's having too much fun. Bum, bum.
That was very well done, Mary.
That was cute.
That was very cute and very unfortunate that I put it right after the previous one, if you know what I mean.
She did a good job.
She did do a good job, and she didn't know the previous poem was going to be right before it, and I didn't know I put it there. So there we go. That'll be Mary. That would be Mary who Mary Harriet. Phew. That was the name of the poem, was Mary Harriet. So we got a lot of Marys in there. I will let you figure out how you're going to put that one in the voting. Yeah. Let's see here. Elizabeth sent the following one in, and we got 2 more to go. And this year's Equestrians Have Talent. This is a long one, so we're going to cut it off about 2 minutes, and we'll put the rest of it at the end of the show because it is really something you want to hear. We'll finish the show out with this.
Say a prayer for the cowgirl, her horse ran away. She'll walk till she finds him, her darling, her stray. But the river's in flood, and the roads are awash, and the bridges break up in the panic of loss. And there's nothing to follow, there's nowhere to go. He's gone like the summer, gone like the snow, and the crickets are breaking her heart with their song as the day caves in and the night is all wrong. Did she dream? Was it he who went galloping past him and down the fern, broke open the grass and printed the mud with a well-hammered shoe that she nailed to his speed in the dreams of her youth? Then at home on a branch on a high stream, the songbird sings out so suddenly, and the sun is warm, and the soft winds ride on a willow tree by the riverside. Oh, the world is sweet, and the world is wide. He's there where the light and the darkness divide, and the steam's coming off him. He's huge and he's shy, and he steps on the moon when he paws at the sky.
I didn't want to stop that one. She goes on for that's song's about 5 minutes long, and so listen to the end of the show.
That was beautiful.
You'll know Elizabeth. I know you listen to both radiothons that we've done. Elizabeth is the one that sings the absolutely beautiful Christmas songs that we play. So that's who Elizabeth is. So if you want to vote for Elizabeth Cowgirl's Prayer. She has I could listen to her all day.
Yeah, that was a hard one to stop.
Yeah, I almost didn't. I was like enjoying it.
Yeah.
So, but we will play the show out today.
Lovely.
After the tip at the end of the show, or after the product review, we'll play the show out with her. One more, and Equestrians Have Talent. And this is Hannah, who I think you'll enjoy.
This is a poem I wrote for my special horse, Prince Teton, and it's called I Will Carry You. You found me in my darkest time when I was sick and sad and sore, but still you took me in. You let me have a chance to shine and never mentioned how much more some others could have been. You carried me and helped me make it through. Now I will carry you. I will carry you to places where you'd never dreamed you'd go. I will carry you. You'll never guess how much you'll learn and grow. You took me far, but I am faithful too. I will carry you. Just think of all the time that's passed and all the others that moved on, and still you are my friend. I guess you're stuck here till the last, till one of us is past and gone, or time comes to its end. Sometimes I wonder who it was that rescued you. But I will carry you. I will carry you I bet you never knew that you could fly. I will carry you and never stop until the day I die. You gave me wings, but I am faithful too. I will carry you. You are my friend, and I am faithful too. I will carry you. Thank you, Teton.
Aw,
Oh, that was sweet.
that was so
That was very sweet. That was a good one to end with.
Yeah, that's why I did. I thought, well, that's a perfect way to end Equestrians Have Talent. And Hannah, you did a terrific job with that. And while riding, that's so cool. Hannah.
Good work, Hannah.
I will carry you is how that'll be listed. So let's review today's before you go out and vote. Go to equestrianshavetalent.com and do your voting. Carly Wilcox sang a little Mandy in her hot car. Darcy and Bentley were doing a little I Love You there. Vicki Arnold did Swing Low while riding, also riding at a trot. Jacqueline, Part of Your World. Kathy, or AK, did a poem about me. Mary did Mary Harriet. And Elizabeth did Cowgirl's Prayer, which you'll hear more of at the end. And then Hannah did I Will Carry You. So there you go. There's all of your choices for this week. Go to equestrianshavetalent.com and vote. This is the final chance you get to vote. You have a week till next Thursday to vote. We'll pick the top 3 winners, and we'll bring them back for the finals next week. This has been fun. What great people we have.
And I'm super excited for the finals. Definitely don't miss that one, folks. That's going to be a good time.
Yeah, it is. And I think it's just going to be a lot of fun. Maybe we can continue to do this every year. Maybe we'll get more entries every year. But this was a good number of entries for each week, I think. And what talent. I mean,
what a range, too.
Yeah, we had a little bit of everything. So impressed by everybody. And Kristen, thank you so much. And thanks to Horse Nation for helping play along. And we'll see you next week for the finals.
All right. Thanks a lot, Glenn.
And it's my favorite time of the show on Stable Scoop. It's product review time. And I've got auditor Brenna Starch on the phone with me here today to review a product. How are you doing, Brenna?
I'm good.
We are going to review today the Airflex Roper Cinch with new and improved Roll Snug Cinch Buckle. That's a mouthful of product right there, Brenna.
Yes.
Now, what size cinch did you have to get for your horse?
I had the 30.
You had the 30. So now is in the Western cinch world, is a 30 about a middle of the road size?
It's a little bit smaller. I think 32 tends to be the average.
32? Okay.
And my last horse actually took a 32 usually. But when I got the horse I have now, of course, everything had to be a little bit shorter.
It always works that way. Now, why is it none of your old stuff ever fits the new horse?
I don't know. It would be much more convenient.
Wouldn't it, though? Well, I see here on the horselovers.com website that the cinch is available in 28 through 36. So it does fit. It is available in a wide variety of sizes. So is the Weaver Leather Airflex Roper Smart Cinch, is it a leather cinch or a synthetic cinch?
It's a synthetic, but it's a neoprene, and their neoprene's a little bit different. I had one with like standard buckles for my previous horse that was a straight one. And the thing I've noticed that's different from all the other neoprene cinches is the material feels different.
Interesting.
And it whatever different kind of neoprene they use, it actually doesn't gall on sensitive skin horses.
Oh, so it's not overly sticky?
No.
Okay. Now,
and it's nice because you can unvelcro that and then just go wash it without having to dip the whole cinch in water.
Oh, that's handy because it's kind of a pain to wash a cinch with the giant metal buckles. They don't get along well with washing machines. Yeah.
No.
Now I see that this one seems to have a bit of an ergonomic design, that it's wider in the center than on the ends. Now, did you find that the ergonomic shape of this girth suited your horse well?
Yeah, I think it did. Normally we use the total saddle fit one, and he seemed to like this one just as well.
Cool. Now it's synthetic, so it's easy to wash. You can take it apart with the Velcro, so it's kind to your washing machine or other washing device. It's clever weaver leather neoprene, which your horse gets along with. Now, this interesting smart buckle that they use, explain that to me a little bit.
It's let's see, it's got two rollers on it. So when you feed through your Western Latigo, because typically, at least with my horses anyway, I've had to like wrap the Latigo a few times through before you actually buckle it. Well, this one, you feed it through one of the buckles and then you feed it around again, and that's where it will actually meet the part of the buckle that'll lock it in. And I think they have actually really improved it quite a bit, because I want to say like 4 years ago, I had one of the first ones of these and I didn't like it because the buckle squeaked like crazy.
Oh, that's irritating.
Yeah, and this one doesn't do that at all. It's great.
Oh, so it's a nice quiet one. So this it's very interesting. The one side of the cinch has your standard Western buckle, like you've been seeing on Western cinches for decades, and the other side has this. It makes me think a little bit in shape of that funny little square-shaped fitting that you see on a halter, on the nose part of a halter. It's got that little D shape on the end, so that as you run it through, it locks into the buckle conveniently. Now, is the buckle spring-loaded on this one or not?
No, it's pretty much like most of the other Western
buckle
ones where it's not. Yeah.
Now, how long have you been testing your cinch?
I was using it for about a month straight. And I do mostly trail riding. We have a lot of hills in our trails.
So you gave it a good workout. How do you feel that it held up for a month's worth of work?
Oh, it held up great. I just brought it home this weekend to give it a cleaning. The nice thing about the smart cinches is they don't seem to hold a lot of like dirt and grossness like some of the other ones will.
Grossness. Grossness is now a noun.
And my horse is shedding, so the way those kind of waffle weave looking things in the neoprene are, like you almost like just shake it out and like the hair just comes out.
So it's easy to clean. That's nice.
Yeah.
There we go. So would you recommend to your friend that a Weaver Leather Airflex Roper Smart Cinch would be a good investment?
I would. I really like it. It's definitely going to be one of my standard pieces of equipment now.
Well, very good. So it is the Weaver Leather Airflex Roper Smart Cinch, available at horselovers.com. And as we record this review, your price at horselovers.com is $66.59. And thank you very much, Brenna Starch, for coming on the show and reviewing this product.
Well, thank you, everybody, for joining us today. Stay tuned. We have the entire version of Elizabeth Muller's song, Cowgirl's Prayer, coming up in just a minute. I wanted to remind everybody that we have 15 shows on the Horse Radio Network. You can find them all at horseradionetwork.com or on our app, iOS or Android. Just download it. Just search for Horse Radio Network. It's free. It's easy to use. Also wanted to mention that in 2 weeks, we'll be starting the new Stable Scoop radio show with the outline that we've talked about earlier, and we'll talk about more about that next week on the show. And we'll give you a complete rundown of exactly what's going to happen and what the future of the Stable Scoop radio show is, the flagship show of the Horse Radio Network. In the meantime, do consider joining me 5 days a week at Horses in the Morning, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, or just find it on your podcast player, Horses in the Morning, our most popular show here on the Horse Radio Network. Now it's time to listen to Elizabeth Muller and Cowgirl's Prayer.
Cowgirl, her horse ran away. She'll walk till she finds him, her darling, her stray. But the river's in flood, and the roads are awash, and the bridges break up in the panic of loss. And there's nothing to follow, there's nowhere to go. He's gone like the summer, gone like the snow, and the crickets are breaking her heart with their song as the day caves in and the night is all wrong. Did she dream? Was it he who went galloping past him and down the fern, broke open the grass and printed the mud with a well-hammered shoe that she nailed to his speed in the dreams of her youth? Then at home on a branch on a high stream, the songbird sings out so suddenly, and the sun is warm, and the soft winds ride on a willow tree by the riverside. Oh, the world is sweet, and the world is wide. He's there where the light and the darkness divide, and the steam's coming off him. He's huge and he's shy, and he steps on the moon when he paws at the sky. And he comes to her hand, but he's not really tame. He longs to be lost, she longs for the same, and he'll bolt and he'll plunge through the first open pass, to roll and to feed in the sweet mountain grass. Or he'll make a break for the high plateau where there's nothing above and nothing below. It's time for their burden, the whip and the spur. Will she ride with him, or will he ride with her? So she binds herself to her galloping steed, and he binds himself to the woman in need, and there is no space, just left and right, and there is no time, but there is day and night. Then she leans on his neck and whispers low, whither thou goest, I will go. And they turn as one, and they head for the plain. No need for the whip, oh, no need for the rain. Now the clasp of this union, who fastens it tight, who snaps it asunder the very next night? Some say it's him, some say it's her, some say love's like smoke beyond all repair. So my darling, just let it go by, that old silhouette on the great western sky, and I'll pick out a tune, and I'll move right along, and they're gone like smoke, and they're gone like the song. Say a prayer for the cow